whoa. Do not set any New Year's resolutions if you truly want to succeed in 2019. Instead, if you do this one thing that I'm about to tell you, you can make all your dreams into reality. What is up, Leo family? I'm Jay Leo, and yes, I decided to move from outside into inside the studio just because there's just too much noise and too many things going on. But you did hear me correctly. Do not, if you truly want to succeed this next year that's coming, do not set any New Year's resolutions. And the reason why is because, quite simply, they don't work. We all know the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over, expecting a different result. If we know that's the definition of insanity, then why do we keep on making New Year's resolutions over and over and over, and come to find out like, hey, my New Year's resolutions are all looking the same because the first one didn't work? So the answer is not to focus on New Year's resolutions. And studies even show one of the top New Year's resolutions around the world is actually to lose weight and start to go to the gym. But studies also show that everybody who has that New Year's resolution, they do good the first month, but in February, around the second week of February, 85% of the people who had that goal, who had that mission, that New Year's resolution to lose weight and to go to the gym, 85% by the second week of February quit. They end up failing already. And the reason is because they go about it the wrong way. Instead of focusing on New Year's resolutions, focus on developing new habits. Habits are the key because we are what we repeatedly do. Therefore, success is not an act, it is a habit. So whatever you do on a consistent basis, you're now becoming. But in order to develop successful habits, you must first know how the science of habits work. You must know how to even create a habit. And I'm gonna show you with these 3 simple phases of habit creation how you can create successful habits for yourself, so this year can be your best year. You don't have to ever worry again about setting a New Year's resolution and failing at the end of the year realizing that, hey, I never hit that New Year's resolution, it was too hard, anything like that. Because what we're gonna teach you, and what I'm gonna teach you right now, is literally the 3 phases to habit creation. And I'm gonna tell you some of the habits that I have and mix them up with these 3 phases of habit creation, how I found them, and all you have to do is just substitute my habit for your habits. But the first phase, number 1 in creating a habit, is called the cue. So when it comes to creating a habit, let's say it's something you want to do that you're just not used to doing. For example, working out, right? So if you're not used to working out just yet, the first part of creating a habit is literally setting up a cue. Now, what is a cue? A cue is nothing more but a mental reminder. So an example will be, okay, I want to start working out. As soon as I wake up, I want to go to the gym. Okay, so the cue, the mental reminder will be, okay, as soon as I wake up, I'm going to have my workout shoes right there. And as soon as I wake up, I'm going to put on my workout shoes. And why? The reason why is simply because as soon as you put out those workout shoes, literally the subconscious mind says, okay, it's workout time, because these are the shoes that you either just bought to work out in or that you currently use to work out in. So when you do that simple action, have that mental cue of just that thing being there, just the shoes being there, you literally say, oh, workout time. And then the second phase of habit creation, which I already touched on a little bit, is action. So the action, the cue was, okay, the shoes are there right by your bed. The action is to put on the shoes and go to the gym, because that's what you're after. You want to make a habit of going to the gym. And as you're going to the gym, what you need to realize, this is the number 1 reason why most people fail at their New Year's resolutions and any goal literally in general. The number 1 reason why they fail is because they try to put too much effort up front. They try to do way too much, not realizing that we all have a sufficient amount of willpower. Every day we wake up, we only have a limited amount. And if we're not used to constantly doing a specific action already, just exerting just even a little bit of willpower towards that direct action that we want, we're gonna end up failing eventually, just because we're not used to it. Our body, our minds, our psyche is just not used to exerting that extra willpower for that thing. And the reason why I say this is because when it comes to creating a new habit, what you have to do first and foremost, after you have that cue and you take that action and you're at the gym, instead of focusing, okay, I'm gonna be at the gym for a whole hour or 30 minutes, don't focus on that. Because what you're after is making the action a habit, making it something that you do over and over and over again. So how do you do that? Is simply by making it simple and easy for yourself so you can begin to adapt. So what I mean by that, instead of focusing on going to the gym for an hour, just focus on something easy. And you gotta make it so easy to do that it's also easy not to do. But you can't take the road of least resistance, which most people do, and that's the reason why most people fail. So what you have to do is decide to do it, but you make it easy so the mind can adapt, so the body and the psyche and the willpower can adapt. And when I say easy, I mean really, really easy. So if you're not used to going to the gym at all, how about just starting off with 5 minutes? Just go to the gym for 5 minutes. I know that sounds crazy. You say, what the heck, Jay? That's insane. What the heck is 5 minutes gonna do? And the key here, you gotta remember, you're not in it for the duration. You're in it so the body can get familiar with going to the gym. And they say that in order to create a habit successfully, the range is actually 15 days to 256 days, but the average is 67 days. So you're in that huge old range, and what you want to do first and foremost, like I said, get your body used and get your body familiar with going to the gym. So if you just go there for 5 minutes, it's so easy. It's 5 minutes a day. And you can just do, let's say, walk on a treadmill for 5 minutes, or just jog on a treadmill for 5 minutes. Only 5 minutes. It's so easy to do. And after that 5 minutes is done, you go home and you go about the rest of your day. But you have to start off small, and this is the biggest reason why most people fail in these New Year's resolutions. Like a good example is the one we're talking about, the gym. So many people say, hey, I want to lose all this weight. They've never been to the gym a day in their life, but yet they say, hey, I'm gonna go 30 minutes, an hour a day, 2 hours a day, and then very shortly they end up losing, they end up failing because their body hasn't adapted to that kind of willpower yet. So that's why you want to do 5 minutes a day, and you can do 10 minutes, but you just got to make sure it's easy. It has to be so easy that when you think about it, because you're at a subconscious game here. It's a subconscious war you're actually engaging in, because you're not really after convincing the conscious mind, but you're after convincing the subconscious mind. And that's the powerhouse of the reason why we do what we do. And how you convince it is by making it easy. So, because there are going to be days, trust me, there's going to be days where you're like, fuck, I don't want to get up today. But you have to push yourself to get up, and you say, okay, man, I gotta go to the gym, and then that subconscious mind's gonna kick in, and it's gonna say, the first one's gonna be like, oh, I don't feel like going to the gym. The second one's gonna be like, you know what, it's only 5 minutes a day. And that's what you want to take. That's what you want to keep on going after. It's only 5 minutes a day, because when you can say it's only, that means right there in that moment that you trick the mind to believe that it's easy to do. And since it's easy to do, all you have to do is continually do it. And I give all you guys a challenge watching this. Whatever your New Year's resolution is, literally, if it's going to the gym, making that a habit, losing weight, go for 5 minutes for 30 days. I know you're thinking, what the heck? 5 minutes for 30 days? I'm not gonna lose any weight anytime soon. But just remember, you're after getting your body to become familiar with going to the gym. And as your body gets familiar, because remember, on average, it takes 67 days to create a habit, but the range is actually 15 to 256 days. So by just going 30 days in a row, your body's already gonna be getting comfortable. Your body's already gonna get used to waking up at that certain time and actually going to the gym and literally just walking on a treadmill. And as you do that for 30 days, now you increase. So instead of 5 minutes, now it can be 10 minutes, or it can be 15 minutes. So I would usually say increase the increments by 5 or 10 until you get to your desired goal. So if it's your desired goal is like an hour a day, then you just focus on that by simply increasing by 5 to 10 minutes after every 30 days. I know it sounds crazy, and I'm not here to tell you life and success is going to be easy, it's going to be quick. That's not true. It really is not. Everything is a progress, and you have to just remember the journey of 1,000 miles begins with one single step. And a lot of times when you're actually on this journey of 1,000 miles, after the 40th step, you're 40 steps within, or 40 days within this journey, and you still can't see the destination. You can't see the destination because there's 1,000 miles and you're only on the 40th step. You're only on the 40th day. So what you have to do is just believe in yourself, because you all have greatness inside of you. There's literally nothing that you can't accomplish. No thing that you can't accomplish. You have greatness inside of you. All you have to do is commit to yourself and literally take one step after another, and as you continue to take a step, every single step on that journey of 1,000 miles, literally you begin to see the destination literally from a distance around, let's say, the 900th step or even the 700th step. You can see the destination at a distance, and then you get closer and you just keep on keeping on. And as you do that, you eventually arrive to your destination. And another analogy, which I think is really powerful for all of you guys watching this, is simply this. Have you ever walked somewhere and you knew how to get here, but you couldn't see the destination as you begun your walk? But you know, and you knew, you were confident, you were certain, and you had faith that if you just keep on taking one step after another step after another step, whether it was walking from school to home, you knew that you couldn't see home as you left school, as you begin your walk, but as you kept taking one step after another step after another step, you finally arrived home. You finally arrived to your destination. And that only happened because you decided to believe in yourself first, and you decided to be disciplined, committed, and just constantly take massive action and constantly take one step after another step. And this is the exact same mindset, the exact same mentality that you need to develop when it comes to creating your New Year goals, your New Year habits. So this is the same thing you need to think about. And you guys already have it within you because you guys have already done it. But now you have to just shift the focus. Instead of focus on New Year's resolutions, focus on new habits. Because in order for you to have a new year, new me, in order to become a new you have to change what you've already been doing. Because how you do anything is how you do everything. And everything that you do is actually creating the future you. So if you change the very things that you do, you then by definition change who you become. And that's what it means when it says new year, new me. But the last and final stage, the final phrase, the third phase in habit creation, which is the most important, is reward. After you have that cue, after you take the action, now it's time to reward yourself. And I know when you think of that name, reward, you're just like, oh man, that means I have to give myself something big or huge. But no, I'm a huge student in the area of psychology and human behavior, and scientists and psychological, like scientists or whatever you want to call them, they've shown again and again that pretty much for this reward mechanism, all you have to do is give yourself something that you already like. It doesn't have to be anything big, it doesn't have to be anything huge. Here's an example of my habit, all right? I read every single morning. So as soon as I wake up, my cue is that my books are literally right next to me in my bed. And as soon as I wake up, I grab my books. And then the action is actually grabbing the book and actually reading the book. And then the third thing, which is the reward, is after I finish reading my book, I then eat an orange. You see, I love oranges and I love fruit. And it's not nothing huge, it's not nothing big, but it's something that I like. And all you have to do is just trick your mind to just say, hey, after I do this action, I get this thing that I like. And that's what we call a reward. So it doesn't have to be big. It can be water. It can be breakfast. It can be, you see, it can be breakfast. Like, you don't have to say, okay, I just eat breakfast. Okay, you don't have to do that, because what you do is you give yourself, you trick the mind and you give yourself breakfast after you've done the action. Now instead of just eating breakfast just to eat, you're actually giving it to yourself because you've done the action. And you don't have to understand this consciously, but on a subconscious level, it literally will change your entire life. So that, you guys, is the 3 phases of habit creation, and that is literally why you should never focus on New Year's resolutions. Instead, make sure that you focus on creating new habits, because we are what we repeatedly do. Therefore, success is not an act, it is a habit. And you all have greatness inside of you. And I just want to say I love you all and welcome you all to the Leo family. And just make sure you subscribe to this channel, you turn that post notifications on, and leave in the comments below. Leave in the comments what other videos you want me to talk about, what are some things you need advice about. I'm going to be engaging with all of you guys in the Leo family inside the comments. So leave a comment about the next videos you want me to make and just things like that. And make sure you leave a thumbs up and share this video with all your friends that you want to succeed with in this new year, because you all have greatness inside of you. And just remember, you don't have to be great to get started, but you have to get started to become great.